Hello, my friends. Today we're wah wah wah. Oh wah wah. Sound like the teacher in Charlie Brown. Today we're looking at masks from Japan. A few months ago, on April 1st, 2020, Prime Minister Abe of Japan announced that he was going to benefit every household in Japan, helping their health and helping them to avoid coronavirus by sending them 2 washable cloth masks. Well, it's now June 2020, and his what's called Abe Mask has just arrived, or in Japanese, it's called Abe no Mask. Abe no Mask. And from an English speaker's perspective, I think that's spot on, because for many months we had no mask. Well, now we do. We have 2 washable masks for my family of 4. And these masks were sent out to every household in Japan, of course at taxpayer expense, to be a countermeasure against coronavirus. The government here was criticized for having done this, basically because, I'm opening the package now, by the way, because the masks are, well, not what you would call large. I'm not going to give my personal opinion, good or bad, on it. I'm just giving you the hearsay about it. And I'll actually remove one here for you. These are cloth masks that are washable. They were criticized because they are, well, as you can see, probably sound like the Charlie Brown teacher again, but they're not large. Has an interesting fresh smell to it. These are supposedly made in Japan, so they're not imported from China, which makes a lot of the Japanese people here in Japan feel a bit more at ease. And I suppose that makes a lot of sense. But a lot of criticism came because of the size of these masks. In fact, there are places here in Japan where you can send them, well, not send them back to the government, but you can send them in so they can be redistributed. And many of them are being redistributed to children, from what I understand, because I guess, well, the size is a little bit more appropriate for them than adults. You could see in the opening segment when I had my disposable mask on. This mask is probably what many of you are more familiar with, that you can just throw away. It covers your entire nose and then under your bottom chin area too. I'll put this one on. You can actually hear my voice a little bit better with it. You can see it comes all the way down here and then over the nose as well. And it's got this little metal strip on it so that it makes riding on your nose a little bit easier. It doesn't just pull down all the time. Anyway, these are disposable masks, and they usually ship in this type of 50 per box set. And prior to Corona, these masks sold in Japan for, it depends on the location, but 500 yen, which is about $5. Just knock off 2 zeros and roughly you get yen to dollar conversions, US dollars I'm talking about. So before you'd get 50 for about $5 equivalent US, and then they skyrocketed in price. Sometimes these 50 boxes would go for 8,000 yen or $80 and or even more. And that was back in March, and then of course April, when the Abe mask, or Abe no mask, however you like to say it, was introduced. And the price skyrocketed, of course, because, you know, everybody wants the masks and toilet paper too, but that's a subject I'm not going to cover today. But I checked on Amazon Japan today. It is June 14th, 2020 today, and these were selling anywhere from $50 US equivalent to, I think I saw a low of about 1,600, so about $16. Anyway, quite a bit higher than the price prior to Corona that they're still selling even to this day. I also got a couple masks here. These 2 masks, seems like they have the metal strip. They're a little bit, well, they're not too abnormal. These 2 masks were from Costco, Japan, that are near the Chubu International Airport. They had a little sign there. I was going to buy gasoline there anyway, but they had a little sign to say, if you buy gasoline today and you fill up with more than 20 liters, we're going to protect your health with 2 free masks. And so I got the 2 free masks. And of course what that means is if you buy only 19 liters of gas, then Costco doesn't care about your health. You know, you might as well just say, woohoo! So, yeah, you have to buy 20 liters of gas, and then you get 2 disposable type masks. And then, of course, there are other cloth masks similar to the Abe Masks that are a little bit more well-made. I go to a church in Nagoya City, and one of the ladies there had handmade masks and passed them out. She actually did 2 batches of her masks, and I haven't opened it yet. You're going to be seeing them for the first time here. Interestingly, it has a little seal on it that says thank you, although we did nothing to warrant her kindness, but she was very kind in making these. She's originally from Korea. She's not Japanese, actually, and she made these disposable 2-part. Oh, wow. She even perfumed them. I didn't know that. There's perfume on them. It's probably going to make me sneeze, but she said that you could wear your disposable mask underneath this mask, and I think that's how it was supposed to go, but I would say that this covers most of your face fairly well. The point of wearing all these masks for Corona is you want to cover the enter and exit holes in your face, which means your nose and your mouth. So if you only cover your mouth and not your nose, you've probably seen a lot of people do that, right? They have the mask right in down here, and they have their nose open. I mean, what's with that? It's like you're not wearing a mask at all. And so these masks are, well, more covering of your face, and then she has an extra cloth, I guess, for extra protection. But because these are cloth, technically they are washable masks, and you can reuse them, theoretically. But I'm not a washing machine expert. And what I do know is that when my wife washes clothes, when it gets in the warmer months of the year, like right now, sometimes there's a kind of a bad smell, and she has to put extra detergent in or other things to, you know, address that. And that means there's bacteria, right? If you smell something bad after you wash your clothes, that means there's bacteria that's still in there. Or maybe it was growth of the bacteria when the clothes were drying. I don't know, but basically, if that kind of bacteria can survive the wash, why wouldn't Corona? Maybe I'm way off base here. Maybe, you know, it just takes water to wash it away and kill it. Or, you know, I don't know. You can tell me in the comments section. But I just wanted to make a short little video to show you the masks that we have here in Japan. I didn't want to make it too long. There hasn't really been a serious lockdown here in Japan. I know some of my fellow expats from the US disagree with me a little bit on that point. They say, oh, no, we've had some pretty major lockdowns. But I am saying, compared to the United States, compared to Italy, compared to other countries, it really hasn't been severely locked down. Yes, they halted all the Chinese tourism. Yes, that has hit Japan very hard. That's true. No question. Also, they shut down some restaurants. Not all, but some. For a time, at least in Nagoya City. Not all the cities, just some. Because in the words of Prime Minister Abe, the federal government here, or what the equivalent of the federal government, I'm thinking as an American, doesn't have the power to impose a formal lockdown or impose strict penalties on the public if they don't follow the lockdown. So basically, the government gave a suggestion. Stay at home, please, which of course nobody listened to because Japan is not a stay-at-home, work-from-home society, right? And so, yeah, there were the pachinko gambling parlors and places like that did shut down for a time, although some of them were rebellious and didn't shut down, and the police were out there, you know. And it's kind of a very different situation here, because I went to work pretty much as usual, except for the Golden Week holiday when Japan shuts down for about 7 to 10 days. We took that holiday, but other than that, I went into the office every day. And yeah, many people wear masks, not all, but many do. When I recently went into Costco, pretty much everyone, myself included, was wearing a mask. We went into our church. Our church shut down for about a month, didn't have any services at all, and then it started up again with social distancing measures. Has multiple services so that you can have fewer people attending each service, and everybody's spaced out, everybody wears masks, there's alcohol spray galore, and I think all these measures are good, but there really wasn't, compared to other countries, not a tight lockdown, nobody being thrown in prison because they didn't heed the government's advice and so on. And shipping to and from Japan, from Taiwan and China, I mean, I received packages and shipped out packages and didn't have a problem. To and from other countries, though, it is a very different thing. My company shipped out a package to one individual who lives in Canada, and that was more than 2 weeks ago. Still hasn't left the port of Japan. So I think I asked the post office, they said, well, that's not on the Japan side, it's on the Canadian side. So still a lot of mayhem going around throughout the world. And I just wanted to make this video just to show you kind of on the fun side some of the masks that I have and have been, well, not yet wearing. I've mostly just been working through this disposable box of 50 that my wife's mother, my wife is Japanese, her mother lives down south in Japan. She sent us this, and my kids, their school has been closed since March, so they haven't been going out, so they don't wear masks a whole lot because they're at home. And so we don't burn through those masks very quickly. But do you wear cloth masks? Do you wear washable types, disposable kind? Do you buy the expensive kind that you're not supposed to have because the healthcare workers are supposed to have them? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on masks in general. Do you support the lockdowns? Do you oppose the lockdowns? I don't want to get too political on this channel and give a strong opinion either way, but I can say that my business has been suffering. Of course, a lot of businesses have been suffering because there has been, even though Japan didn't lock down as tightly as other countries, the fact that other countries did lock down has affected Japan in a very negative way. And in terms of what people here buy, or rather don't buy, it's been a big problem. That's why Toyota, Nissan, the big car makers, shut down some of the factories here and didn't make the cars because nobody's going to buy them, right? And the company I work for makes accessories for automobiles, and nobody's buying anything. So even though there wasn't a major lockdown, we have a major negative impact here on our economy in Japan. So I just want to say that I hope all of you are safe. I thank you for watching my channel. Some people who found this video probably don't even know I talk about tech mostly, and some of you who do watch my channel because of the tech are probably uninterested in this video, but I just wanted to make something a little bit different today because I have all of these masks, and I just wanted to show you because Abe Mask, or Abe no Mask, is kind of a well-known thing, or an infamous, if I can say, thing here in Japan. I don't know if we'll actually use them. We might store them for a keepsake, kind of like Americans do with $2 bills, right? You kind of put it away so you can 20 or 30 years from now remember the events of the past that happened. So I wish you all well. Keep safe. Wear those masks. Spray that alcohol. Wash those hands. And watch out because fall is coming. And with fall come colder temperatures and probably another wave of corona again. So thanks for watching my channel. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Take care, folks.